They say, be kind, be humble, be nice. And they are right. But what they don't say, what they never prepare you for, is this: kindness without power is not virtue. It's an invitation to be used, an invitation to be tested, an open door for every opportunist to walk through and take. This world, despite its polished slogans and polite faces, still runs on dominance. Not loud, abusive dominance, but quiet, undeniable strength. You show up too soft, they'll mistake you for prey. You give too much without boundaries, they won't admire your generosity. They'll see it as weakness and they'll dig in. Let me make this clear: being kind doesn't mean being passive. Being nice doesn't mean being naive. Being calm doesn't mean you don't carry chaos inside you. Sometimes the most dangerous man in the room is the one who doesn't need to raise his voice. He doesn't posture, he doesn't brag, doesn't bark, because he knows if it ever came to it, he can bite. And people feel that. See, a lion that never shows its teeth is just a big, cuddly cat. A man who never asserts himself isn't admired, he's tolerated and eventually tested. That's just human nature. People will keep taking until you show them there's a line, and they will keep pushing until you show them it bites back. So, what do? You walk through the world calm, but not harmless. You be kind, but unafraid to draw blood when disrespected. You give second chances, but make damn sure they understand there won't be a third. Every now and then, you let the storm peek through the stillness. A flash of the fire behind your eyes, a shift in your posture, a sentence that lands with just enough weight to make them reconsider crossing that line again. Not to prove a point, not out of insecurity, but to protect the space you have built, to guard your peace, because your silence should not be mistaken for submission. It should be seen for what it is: restraint. The hand you extend for a handshake must also be capable of crushing, not because you want to, but because sometimes the world only respects what it fears. You don't need to be cruel, you don't need to be aggressive, but you need to be capable of saying no, capable of walking away, capable of enforcing your worth, not just declaring it. That's what real strength looks like. And trust me, when you carry that energy, people feel it. You won't have to prove it often, but you will have to prove it once. One moment, one situation, one confrontation where you remind the room you are not to be taken lightly. That moment, it changes everything. Suddenly, the way they speak to you changes. The way they refer you when you're not in the room shifts. You're not nice. You're respected. Because in a world full of sheep playing victim and wolves pretending to be leaders, you chose the middle path. The path of the wolf who walks alone, who doesn't bark unless needed, who doesn't need attention to feel powerful, but when tested, reminds the world, I have teeth. So go ahead, be kind, be generous, be loving, but don't ever forget being feared isn't the goal, but being underestimated, that's the trap. If they ever forget who you are, do a little damage. Not to destroy, but to remind.